Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechPod Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having a good start to your morning. We have the GDP report that's about to be released, and this is just a couple minutes before the market opens. We have the GDP report, the initial claims report, the continuing claims report, all to be released 1 hour before the market opens, and that's in 2 minutes. So again, I hope that you learned something new. Markets should be reacting to these reports instantly. The idea is not to predict these reports. The idea is to trade the reaction if you want to, right? If you have access to the pre-market trading session. If you learned something new, and again, I'm more than happy to host this live stream for you guys. I really do appreciate you guys getting yesterday's live streams over, yesterday's video over 1,500 likes. I think we're at 1,800 or something like that. So I hope that we earned your thumbs up on this video, and maybe you can consider subscribing if you feel like we earned it. So what are you expecting, Ricky? I can tell you what market expectation is. I'm not expecting anything. So in less than 1 minute, something will happen. The reports will be released, so please be aware of that. If you do not want to experience anything, then do something about your position right now. So expectation is just the same as prior of 2.9%. So I think that's going to be the main report that's going to cause the market to react. But we'll see. Market's down right now. It's down 1.3%. So in a couple of seconds, we should see the market react. Here we go. Should be any second now. There it goes. Market is selling off. Looks like it's reacting in a negative way as of right now. Let's see if it continues. All right, we're obviously seeing some selling pressure. It's not really the reaction I was expecting. None of my reports are out. Dude, FinViz kind of sucks. It's always super delayed in comparison to investing.com. All right, let's see it. Still, I do not see anything on my side. So GDP, I think we have someone in our main chat room sharing that it's at 3.2% versus 2.9. So that is higher than expected. It's not normally a good thing. There it goes. GDP 3.2%. Continuing claims, we're at 216K. With the expectation of 225. So it did come in lower than expected, but still higher than the prior. So for those that are unaware of what continuing claims are when someone continues to report and file for unemployment. That's what it means for continuing claims. All right, market's reaction is actually not that bad. So we go back to that 1 minute time frame. I was on the 5 minute. All right, let's see. if it fully, yep, there it goes. So we got initial claims. Oh no, it's initial claims that's at 216. That makes more sense. So initial claims is at 216, which is higher than the prior month, but lower than expected. So initial claims week after week did go up from 214K to 216K. So 2,000 more people, new people, have filed for unemployment, right? That's what initial claims are. Continuing claims are the people who continue to file for unemployment. There was no expectation for that based off of the prior was 1678, and what was actually reported was 1672. So that's actually less. That's not bad. That's not bad of less people are filing for unemployment. It's not bad for the unemployment. One of the things that Jerome Powell spoke about last time is that we have something that's kind of funny going on is because the Federal Reserve, is trying to hopefully see higher unemployment. Like it's a weird way of thinking, but that's essentially what they're looking for. They're looking for unemployment, for less people to be employed, right? Because they want the economy to feel the pressure. But we're also seeing less people file for unemployment. And it's because a lot of these people that have their jobs, right? They are seeing a wage increase, which then doesn't, the idea that he's sharing is that less people are actually losing their job, which, yes, they might not get to their target of like 4.3 or 4.4%. But when it comes down to their unemployment rate, but it also, although they're not making it up on the unemployment side, they're also not having to subsidize those people on their balance sheet by paying them unemployment. So it's kind of like I don't want to say a wash, right? Because if someone does lose their job, then they're going to start asking for money for unemployment, right? So that's kind of like the thing that he talked about on his last speech, where he saw something interesting happening where they are increasing, their wages. So therefore they're less likely to quit and or actually lose their job. And therefore they're less likely to actually file for unemployment, which costs the Federal Reserve and taxpayers less money. So this isn't too bad. With what it was that was reported. The worst one is just the GDP estimate at 3.2% when expectation was at 2.9%. So this means that the economy is actually doing better than expected. Why does the market drop with that? Because remember, the Federal Reserve wants to see the economy to feel the pressure. So unemployment is simply your own tax dollars given back. Yeah, kind of, right? Sure. Yeah, do we still have confirmation on the 1 hour? Let's double check. So we did break below that, right? And we should be below that on TQs as well. So that's the unfortunate thing on the 1 hour time frame, but great reminder. Yeah, so with tomorrow's PCE report have more of an impact than today's report. So PCE should definitely have a little bit more of an impact, and that is going to be 1 hour before the market opens. We also have new home sales, which is pretty important as well. And then we ended during our LPP live trading session as the consumer sentiment report. It doesn't have that much of an influence, but that one will be reported on Friday, 30 minutes after the market opens. So great reminder. Should we expect a red day? As of right now, even prior to these reports being released, right, we saw a lot of consolidation yesterday after market hours, and then during today's pre-market session. Remember, I personally like to focus on the moving average as a better indication for direction, right? So for those that tuned on in early, I was on the 5-minute time frame. And it was very easy to see that even the EMA was forming lower highs and lower lows and still selling off. So as of right now, definitely it's more bearish than it is bullish. And I'm telling you this as someone that wants the market to go up, right? I announced yesterday that I had a position in TQQQ. I still have that position in TQQQ. So the market selling off is not in my favor. But it does no good talking about or trying to hype up the market when obviously it's very easy to see that right now it is bearish, right? It doesn't mean that it's going to have to remain bearish, as we've seen many times right at market open. That market direction can change, right? If you're part of our LPP team, we're still going to be going live right at market open. So we're going to be hosting a private live session for that. But, you know, it's good to respect and to be aware of what's going on right now. And definitely it's more bearish than it is bullish. So even if I have to take a short position for the meanwhile as the market sells off, then so be it. All of you guys know that I will short the market if direction and opportunity is in my favor, as long as there's one thing, and that's progress, right? Progress on the way down or progress on the way up. So Ricky, we only have 200 likes. It's all good. You guys got yesterday's video to 1,500 likes. So I appreciate that. So if you guys want to, you guys are more than welcome to drop a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If not, yeah, you definitely don't have to. But so if the market keeps dropping heavy, do you have an idea of when to get out? So if the market today continues to sell off, I will reduce my position size from 100,000 back down to $20,000 on TQQQ. So all I'm doing is I'm going to reduce my position size, right? Because we are no longer back above the 1 hour EMA. So that's a great question. Thank you, Travel Mom, for asking that. So we are back below the EMA. So to respect that and to mitigate my risk, I will go back from a $100,000 position size to a $20,000 position size. We have someone like Marcus saying, I'm sitting on the sidelines for now. I also think staying cash, right, just like Marcus is saying, is a great way to approach the market, right? While direction is unclear, while we don't know if we're going to make higher highs or higher lows, you know, why not just stay cash? Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you might not experience green days, but definitely you're not experiencing red days. And that's a win during uncertain times, right? Your job, at least in my opinion, is to try to minimize the time that you spend with an open position in the market as a trader. I'm not talking about as an investor. I'm talking about as a trader. I don't know what other people tell you guys on YouTube, but I want you to look out for yourself, right? I want you to make sure that all criteria that you tried to aim for is actually met, that you don't enter hopeful positions, but that you enter calculated positions, and that if you do enter a riskier position, you manage your position size, right? You guys know exactly what I'm going to say. It's always the same thing. I always want just you to look out for your future self. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about other people. Make sure that the habits that you're implementing today are healthy habits that promote long-term growth. What? Market's not closed tomorrow, is it? Yeah, no, tomorrow the market is open. Yeah, it might be a half day, but it's definitely open. Yeah, no, it's a full open market on the 23rd. It's on the 26th that the stock market will be closed. So on Monday, the stock market will be closed in observance to Christmas. Yeah, Monday. There it goes. More selling pressure, lower highs, lower lows. Closes tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Lower highs and lower lows. We're nearly at that 1% mark for QQQ. We have Tesla making new 52-week lows. Check that out, right? Oh, no, very close. 135.89. Still selling off. AMD selling off. We have Apple selling off. Amazon selling off. Yep. Entire market selling off. So only one that's pushing up as of right now is SQQQ, right? SQQQ, we have SPXS, which is the bear SPY ETF that is up 2% on the day, right? So SPXS and SQQQ. All right. Do you guys have any last minute questions for me? Yeah. I was going to make a video about Tesla. A lot of people obviously criticize Elon and don't believe in it, right? And rightfully so. I'm not here to convince you to believe in Tesla or the potential that it has to offer, right? Just like anything, there's two sides to every opportunity. And if Tesla does end up completely losing everything, then so be it. But I don't know if you've taken the time to see, based off of previous all-time highs and where it's at right now, the opportunity percentage-wise that it actually does offer. So I'm pumped because of how lightly invested we've been in something like Tesla, and some people aren't even invested at all yet, right? So Tesla right now is oversold like never before. Yeah, but again, I shouldn't be here to try to convince you to see eye to eye with me on Tesla, right? Just like other people shouldn't either. So I respect your opinion and decision if you don't want to invest in Tesla, rightfully so. I'm sure you have great investment plays that you have lined up. My job is just to make you aware of where those levels are, right? Do you think that the future of real estate and money is completely digital in the next 80 years? I don't know, dude. I'm 27 years old. What do you mean for the next 80 years? Do I think that the dollar will, no longer exist? No, I think that it will always exist. And if you mean by digital currency and cryptocurrency, I don't know what to tell you, but crypto isn't looking too hot right now, right? Probably the worst it's ever looked. As in, it's very uncertain. So yeah, no, I did see that. I saw that like Kathy's investment funds down I think it was 50 billion since 2021. What's going on, Leo? Yeah, so sounds like you're shorting the market, but it's right. There's always money to be made, even if you do have your long-term plays. And this is something that we've talked to our Learn Plan Profit group about. Even if you do have your long-term plays, there's absolutely nothing wrong if you're comfortable with it. That it's kind of like hedging your positions, right? You could always short the market with a quick little day trade, if you know how, right? We've covered it in LPP. It's very easy to understand of the do's and the don'ts, right? It's the same thing where you wait for confirmation is direction in your favor, is progression and actually happening, and you can short the market. Either with SQQQ, where you don't actually have to, take out a short position, but you just enter SQQQ and it's 3 times of whatever the NASDAQ market is, or you can actually short the actual, NASDAQ future or NASDAQ ETF. So there's always money to be made. You can't complain about, oh my God, I'm always on the wrong side of things. Then do something about it, right? But do it in a calculated way. Understand your entries, understand your exits. Ask yourself, is there progress, is momentum, is direction in your favor? What are the risk to reward ratios? All that good stuff. So AMC. Okay. Didn't AMC go through a stock split? Look at that. $3.70. Oh my gosh. Where are all my bag holders at? Right? I thought this thing was going to the moon. I guess the moon is all the way down. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but there's a reason these things are glorified pump and dumps, right? I guess you just made all of those hedge funds 25% on their hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't know why someone would still be holding that position. Makes no sense. Direction's not in your favor. This is all of a hyped up play. You need to be efficient with your trade, just like any other trade, right? You need to minimize the amount of time that you have an open position, not just fingers crossed and hope for something to happen. But I'll leave that for another day. Yeah. It's if you're under the PDT rule. So we have a video on it if you have questions about what the PDT rule is and why they have it. It's a restriction they have in the US to try to limit the amount of day trades. So 3-day trades within a 5 business day period. And it's really to help out beginners and the sense of over trading. If you can't do well with 3-day trades, what makes you think that you'll do well with unlimited day trades, right? So you can view it as a very negative thing, or you could view it as a way to encourage you and empower you to be selective, right? At the end of the day, it is what it is. So, yeah. All right, we are down 1.1% on NASDAQ, which means that on TQs, we are down 3.45%, which is pretty close to giving back everything that it gained yesterday, right? So if you look at this on the 5-hour, we're literally right back where we were at market open, or the overall lows that we hit right around this 1820 area. So just be aware of this. I'm going to give it a little bit of time. So Ricky with the truth, love it. And yet, I mean, it is just my opinion. I view it as a way, like, you can't do anything about it, right? So you can complain about the PDT rule all you want. It's all perspective. So I would rather encourage our beginner traders to view it in a positive way, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm tired of people complaining about everything. So I'm going to give it a couple of seconds. So how do you feel about TUI Airlines stock? I'll check it out real quick, but we have about 40 minutes until we go live so I don't know what this is, but it doesn't let me see it here. Yeah, I don't. It does not look good on the day chart. If this is what you're actually having me look at, it looks like a foreign stock, and it's been making lower highs and lower lows. I mean, it's very easy to see if you take a step back to look at the overall direction. It looks like AMC to me, right? AMC, if you take a step back on the day chart, what does this look like to you? Is this something like how you want your portfolio to look like? No, the exact opposite, right? Lower highs, lower lows. So be aware of that, right? Don't put yourself in a position in which you cannot tolerate. stop hoping for something to happen and actually wait for that confirmation. So in 40 minutes, we will be going live with our LPP team. Again, if you have any questions, you can feel free to send me a direct message via Discord, and that's that first link in the description. If you're ready to join our LPP team, we are running a sale right now, and you can watch me trade live in the next 40 minutes if you get signed up in time. And that's that second link down below. It's also going to save you $150 off. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access, and you get access to everything that I offer. So again, I only offer one thing, and that's LPP 2.0. So hope that earned your thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. Friendly reminder, we are hosting our giveaway, and there's only 2 prizes to give away left, and that's the PS5 and the iPad. We're going to be giving away one of those prizes on Monday, and the last day to enter is this Sunday. So if you want to enter, click the 4th link in the description, learn a little bit more about our giveaway, and for every $1 you spend, it equals 5 automatic entries. So if you buy a mouse pad, that will earn you 150 automatic entries towards the giveaway. So appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.